Hi folks, I'm here at Festival Kortrijk, Belgium. I saw a very nice concert of Joe Carley and the Old Dry Skulls. Maybe it's better for a speaker that you can introduce yourself, so member by member, first name and function in the band.
Hi, I'm Joe Carley, and the band is Joe Carley and the Old Dry Skulls. I'm the lead singer, and I play washboard and mandolin also.
Hi, I'm Tim Carley. I play guitar, rattling shoe and kick drum.
Do you have like an idea about the concert of today? For me it seemed amazing. The public was reacting very good on you. What do you think yourself about your own concert?
This has been my favourite concert in all of Belgium. I absolutely loved it. The audience were mad. It was totally crazy. It was raining. Nothing spoilt it. It was brilliant.
I think personally this is our best experience of playing an outdoor festival for a long time. It was really cool. And the rain didn't stop it. And you did your magic and the rain stopped.
Yeah.
So it was brilliant. You know, cool.
Well, I think honestly the rain was not that hard. You could still be standing outdoors without being all wet, so it was really acceptable. How's the tour going so far? So now you have like a Belgian tour, and what are the next tour days you're looking very forward to?
Where are we off to next? So yeah, it's been cool. We've done a lot of gigs. We did something like 28 shows in 30 days. Something like this. We've got tomorrow off, and then we're going to Mannheim in Germany, Hamburg, Münster, then we're back to Belgium for Dranuta and Aarschot, and then we're back home, and then we're coming back in September, and we have summer festivals all over the place. So it's really, really busy. Right, 100 shows maybe this year, we hope.
So join our mailing list to find out where we'll be, and we're probably coming to your town soon. We're gonna put some voodoo on you.
If you don't know a lot about the band, maybe it's cool to hear about the biography of the band. The year you started, the conditions you started. Maybe you evolved from out of other projects, other bands, or maybe other projects, other bands. It's important to mention.
What have you got to say?
Everything I've done before this band has been deleted from my brain.
I don't remember a time before this. I don't remember a time before today. This was the first show we ever played. I don't remember anything. Ah, what's this? We have these.
This is where it started. This is our first album, Them Old Bones. This came out in 2017, and this is when me and Tim met our bass player. And this album is us finding our feet, trying different ideas. Then, this is our second album. I think it came out in 2018, am I right?
You're right.
Yeah. So this album, we decided we wanted to create this underworld where it's set on a tropical island in the 1930s. And it's inhabited by zombies and witch doctors and down and outs, pirates that have washed up on the shore. And all the songs and lyrics are about the strange happenings and the characters that live on this island. So that's where that idea began. And then our next two albums carry on with this theme of Voodoo Island. This album, Voodoo Bones and Vaudeville Blues, we recorded this during lockdown. So when all our gigs got cancelled, we threw out the TV, we turned our house into a recording studio. We wrote and recorded this album, and it's a little bit dark and it's a little bit crazy because we were just stuck on our own. So we had
And we're not
lost it a bit.
We're not the sanest people before the lockdown, and then you lock us two in a house together with unlimited access to recording equipment and 24 hours a day to make music, and we came up with this crazy album and most of this crazy album in that period.
So this is our new one. I'll Put My Voodoo on You, and it came out last year. Yeah, so that's our newest one. So there you go. That's the history of the band.
That's the history.
The
Our
short
albums
history.
are our history, aren't they? Really?
Yeah. Our music, our songs, our history. Yeah.
Do you have like inspirations, band that give influence to you, that gives you inspiration, other bands that you look upon to create your music? And how would you describe yourself, your own style? If I give a description, what I heard before, what I heard on the concert today, I would say like some punky rockabilly country thing. That's what I would tell, with other influences infused.
Well, the inspiration comes from 1930s music first. Something about 1930s music makes me prick my ears. So like Bill Monroe and bluegrass music, blues that was around in that time, and calypso music. And also I think back then people were into horror and sci-fi and stuff as well, so that you find a lot of old music with that sort of thing in it. And then our modern influences are more like heavy metal, punk, so it kind of mixes those together, so it's like 1930s music mixed with metal and punk, so and then it comes out like this. And we're very interested in the occult, folklore, magic, so and that's why the lyrics are very dark, and we have dark ideas because we like extreme stuff. So
yeah, if people ask me, they say, how do you describe your band? And I just say the easiest way to describe it is if heavy metal was invented in 1930 with the instruments available in 1930, that's what it is. It's like totally weird, crazy, dark blues music, like you say, all mixed in with really old influences, and we like finding really obscure stuff and like strange musicians who only recorded maybe one album or a few songs. And a lot of the people who existed back then, they didn't really record much, so they might have done hundreds of shows, but they only recorded 20 songs in their whole career. And it's really cool to find that stuff and bring it to life now, in nowadays, with our weird, all the stuff that we've grown up watching, weird horror films and stuff. Yeah, so it's a fun project to do. It's good fun.
And one more thing.
And one more thing. Pay attention.
And yeah, we like the theatricalness of it, because back in the 1930s you had vaudeville and you had music hall, and so the songs were performed in a different way to what people perform songs now, and we like to put a bit of that into it as well.
Everything would have been on stage, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So there would be no.
So it's a little bit over the top.
Performing to cameras, you have to perform to 1,000 people in an audience, and everything has to be big and fun and like a theatre.
Yeah.
We love it. We just want to bring that to the show every time.
If I just have the impression of you on stage, and that's also what's going to be maybe how you are in person, you are 3 total different kind of personalities that have like something crazy about you, but with a lot of charisma on stage. That is an advantage to be a musician on stage. So for me that's very impressive. What are your personal, of you two, influences as musician? So I have later a question about your 3 favorite albums, but now I ask just what are, as singer, as a guitar player, what are the main influences?
So for me, I learned to play guitar playing along to Motorhead records, Sex Pistols records and Black Sabbath records, and I used to go and buy them from markets for like, no one wanted records anymore, so you could pick them up for €1, and I would buy like vinyls and then take them home and play along. But I've never been a Guitar Hero guy, so I didn't always listen to the guitar. Sometimes when I was playing my guitar, I would work out that I'm playing the vocal line, or I'm playing the bass line, or I'm playing some rhythm from the drum kit, and I just learned my own style of playing guitar by listening to these bands and getting it completely wrong. And now I have my own crazy way of playing, but that's how it came about. It was just me in my bedroom as a teenager playing along to Sex Pistols and Motorhead records like every day. And how about you?
Got into,
Yeah, and then like later in life I got into blues, and then I started looking at like the blues guides, and I'm like, wow, they're like, I'm not talking about like the electric blues with the solos, I'm talking about the old blues guys who don't even tune their guitars properly, and they come up with these crazy ideas and crazy rhythms, and I started getting really into that, and then combining it with like my kind of rock and punk background and making my own complete style. But as a guitar player, I don't have like a guitar hero, I have bands that I'm like inspired by rather than individual musicians, I would say. How about you?
well, my vocal influences, I originally wanted to sing in a metal band, but I just don't have the voice for it. I just don't have a growly voice. So I was looking more to folk rock bands maybe. I really like Stevie Nicks, and I also like punks. I like Polly Styrene, she's a big influence. And Ann Wilson of Heart. Who else? I also like country. Well, not all country, just like the kind of dark side of country. So I like Alison Krauss and Dolly Parton. I also like Wanda Jackson. Yeah. So, and then my male favourite singers are like Robert Plant, Bruce Dickinson, Ozzy Osbourne when he was in Black Sabbath. Yeah. So that's all I can think of right now, but I'm sure there's millions of others.
Well, you've just mentioned three of my faves: Stevie Nicks, and Wilson Hart in total. The old school three classic lineup of Motorhead when there were three. That's my fave too. So next question is not going to be like your influences for a musician on stage, but just for yourself, what you like. Suppose you're on a desert island, you don't have internet, no phone, no radio. You have only a record player and or a CD player or both, and you can only listen to 3 albums for the rest of your life. I give an example. I asked it to a black metal band, and they answered me very honestly, Michael Jackson Thriller. So it's just what you feel good with to be for the rest of your life on a desert island. So why not? I had a good explanation because he chose Michael Jackson because of the so good production. So that was.
Wow, that's weird because all our albums exist on a desert island.
Oh yeah.
So this is weird.
They were invented on a desert.
These are from a desert island. So, but maybe I can't live with these albums forever. No. Over to you. I'm gonna play.
I'm the same. I would choose production over most things, but I haven't had long to think about this question, so I'm just going to say something. But tomorrow I'll change my mind. So I'm going to go with C.W. Stone King, Gone Boogaloo. He's an Australian guitarist, blues player that does his own stuff. He's got a really good style of playing guitar, and I could just listen to that over and over again forever. He's got a good singer as well, and good songs. And Steve Earle and the Dukes. I got into him a bit more during lockdown. He's got a really great album called Terraplane, and it's a fantastic production. Songs are great, so I could definitely live with that. I listen to it a lot. And I'm going to go for Black Sabbath, Sabotage, because that's my favourite Black Sabbath album. I love the production, I love the songs, and I love Ozzy, I love Tony Iommi, I love the drummer. The drummer's Bill Ward is just superb. Geezer Butler, 4 of them, just, you can't go wrong.
See, we've got an advantage over other people because we're never apart. So if we get shipwrecked, we're probably going to be together. So, right, so now I've got Steve Earle, I've got Ozzy, and I've got C.W. Stone King to listen to your copies. So we need to bring like some other stuff. So I'd probably bring, because we need something heavy and fast, so maybe bring like Napalm Death, Utilitarian album, which I absolutely love. And we can listen to that when we're angry. We have to have the Sex Pistols, Never Mind the Bollocks, just because it's like, then we can reminisce, you know, about the good old days. And one more album. And we're going to have some Motorhead. But that's a hard one. Because we listen, our daily ritual is we wake up in the morning and a Motorhead record goes on, or a Type O Negative record goes on, something upbeat and something like, to fill the house with sounds. but every day it's a different Motorhead album. So today, if I was asked to choose, I'd probably go with Another Perfect Day. Like, it's not a classic one, and it's not one that everyone would go for, but I like the fun of it. So I'll go with that.
Well, I'm going to be very sporty. Mine, very quickly. Motorhead, Ace of Spades. I love so much the classic lineup. I go for some more recent live album of Hearts, because I adore Hearts. And third album I would take, like you also mentioned Stevie Nicks, I would take Rumours of Fleetwood Mac. So it's also such a great album. So just a short break and we come back very quick with the second part.